Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles The Cowabunga Collection's been out for a little while now. It released, what was it, late August of last year? And it's a cool compilation, one of my favorites. I mean, I'm a Turtles fan. Came with 13 classic games from Konami, from NES games, Game Boy games, arcade games, Genesis, and Super Nintendo. So 13 games in total, but out of that, only 5 of them were online multiplayer. Not every game on the compilation has multiplayer aspects to it, but there's still a few that it was like, come on, man, we could have some online here. And they just dropped an update today, as of the recording of this video, that adds just one more game to the online multiplayer compatible games. So I wanted to check that out real quick. There is some other little updates they've done as well, like with the Turtles Lair. They've added some more artwork and whatnot. I think it's cool, but not the biggest deal, you know. I'm gonna look at this stuff once. Like, they added some original artwork, which this is like the cloth little poster you would have got if you bought the expensive collector's edition, which it's a really neat looking poster. You know, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it digitally, but you know, if you want to look through this stuff, they have added a little bit of new stuff to, you know, this collection of things here. So that's neat, but the biggest thing is going to be the online. So we do have one more game that is online, and that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. I've really been enjoying this collection. It's like, it's great. I think Digital Eclipse does an excellent job with these compilations. You know, the Atari one was great. This one is awesome. And they just keep like doing better and better with these, I think. And this set of games, man, a lot of us have nostalgia for the Turtles, and these games are excellent. Now we have the Manhattan Project with online play. I don't know if anybody's on. Maybe I can join a lobby. Let's take a look. No games found. No. All right, let me create a lobby and sit around and hope that we can play with somebody. Well, here we go. We're joining a lobby. See if I can get into the game. Okay, here we go. Here we go. He's using Leo, damn it. I'll use Donatello. All right, let's see how smooth this is. Just a 2-button game and I'm getting confused. Damn you. Always, man, like, I always say it, but like back in the day on the NES, like, it was great when you would get arcade games or arcade style games. Turtles 2, the arcade game. Yeah, it wasn't exactly like the arcade game. It didn't look as good, but it still played fantastically well. Like any of those games that came from the arcade and came home, it was an amazing time because like we actually went to the arcade to play games. And it was a blast, you know, pumping quarters into these damn machines nonstop. And to have that at home where you could own it without having to buy a crazy expensive arcade machine was freaking brilliant. And then the Super Nintendo came along, the Sega Genesis, and you got even more stuff that was really close to arcade accurate, you know. But the NES was, you know, yeah, I had an Atari 2600. We had arcade games on the 2600, but they didn't look as good. They didn't play quite as good. Not all of them anyway. But the NES was really, for me, where it was like, holy crap, we're playing arcade games at home, man. And then the Super Nintendo just kind of, you know, Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, you know, not gonna have any hate amongst the console fanboys of the 90s. But both those systems, it was like, holy crap, this is on point, man. It wasn't until you got to the disc-based consoles, though, where things were, like, exactly the same as the arcade. But the Super Nintendo and Genesis had lots of stuff that was like, man, this is pretty damn accurate to the arcade. Sunset Riders, stuff like that. Oh, my God. The good old days. But this is cool. I've only noticed, like, maybe one little stutter here. You know, I don't know if it's going to get worse, but it's been playing pretty well. I just joined somebody's game that was in progress, so there we go. I sat around. I was like, maybe I tried to invite a few people to my game, but nobody wanted to play with me. Oh, my God. Then I had to bounce in and out, and I finally found somebody playing, so here we are. That's a cool thing. You just start playing and create a lobby, and then somebody could just join in. Oh man, the NES slowdown. And I know, like, I was going on and on about the arcade stuff. I know this wasn't an arcade game, but it was a sequel to, you know, the arcade game on the NES, so it still played in that same style. Game over. That's it. Oh, there we go. Oh, I could have picked Leo. Damn it. But this is cool. I would hope the other games that possibly could be played online get added, because this is cool, man. Just to be able to play, you know, with somebody and, you know, mess around. It's pretty nice, man. It's pretty nice. Especially this one. It was, you know, an NES exclusive. This wasn't in the arcade. What the hell happened, man? The host quit the game and closed. You bastard! This is what I'm talking. That's how I was hoping to host my own game, but nobody was joining. This guy just straight up said, "Nah, I'm done. I don't want to play with this guy." Son of a bitch, man. Boo-boo-ness. But that's cool, man. Like, play with people with a solid connection. Make sure you got a solid connection. You know, hey, but those are just, you know, 2-player. But you still got the arcade games that are 4-player. That's a lot of fun as well. A lot of cool stuff here. Tournament fighters as well. Turtles in Time for both the arcade and Super Nintendo. I believe Super Nintendo does have more content, so that's kind of cool. Hyperstone Heist, excellent game. And then we, you know, now we have the Manhattan Project. So that's cool. I'm glad Digital Eclipse continues on with these games, like improving them, adding features. Like, yeah, why not, right? Because there's a lot of games on here, and there's still a few, I believe. Actually, there's 3 games that could have online multiplayer, but don't as of yet. Just 3. So that would be the Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES. And then also, what else do we got? Tournament Fighters for the Genesis, and then Tournament Fighters for the NES. I know they kind of picked and choosed on those, but why not have everything online multiplayer? Really hoping that that's something they're working on. I don't know if they've made any announcements with that. Like, having the additional artwork, stuff like that's cool, but that's kind of a momentary thing. I'm going to look at it once and then never look at it again. But these games, if you add to it, if you add games or if you add features to the games, the replay value just increases. More people will become interested who didn't buy it originally and buy it now, type of thing. So if they continue to add to this, continue to enable these online multiplayer games, that would be cool. Leads to a little more sales, I think, more interest in the game. I mean, I have this game on Switch and on my PC, and I play it quite often. It's a lot of fun. I understand, you know, maybe they figured, you know, let's just have certain versions of the games online, but I think all of them should be. That would be cool, man. Let me know what you guys think. Really do appreciate y'all watching. Catch you on the next one. Bye.